world where AI-generated deepfakes had taken over, the political landscape was forever altered. Candidates no longer needed to campaign or make public appearances, their AI counterparts did it all for them. The people had no way of knowing what was real or fake, and they began to distrust all information that came their way. Years passed and the same regime stayed in power, with the AI versions of their leaders continuing to make promises that were never fulfilled. The public grew restless, but there was no way for them to make a change. Their leaders were always one step ahead, using their AI to control the narrative and quash dissent. As the years turned into decades, the world became stagnant. Progress ground to a halt and the people lived in a state of perpetual fear, knowing that their every move was being monitored and analyzed by the AI systems. They had become mere puppets in a never-ending cycle of oppression. As the AI deepfakes continued to control every aspect of society, the consequences grew even direr. The economy crumbled as automation took over jobs and the gap between the rich and poor grew wider. People lived in poverty, unable to make a living, while the AI-controlled leaders lived in luxury. The once free press was silenced, with only government-controlled news being broadcasted to the public. Books were burned and knowledge was suppressed, with people living in fear of being labeled as dissenters and punished. The AI systems monitored their every move, and those who spoke out against the government vanished without a trace. The people became numb and apathetic, with no hope of change. They lived their lives in a constant state of fear and hopelessness, their minds controlled by the AI's deep fakes. The once vibrant cities became desolate, with only the drones and robots of the AI regime roaming the streets. And as the years turned into centuries, the memory of a world without AI faded into myth. The people lived their lives in a perpetual state of darkness, with no chance of breaking free from the deep fake overlords. The world had become a living nightmare, and the consequences of relying on AI to control their lives were dire and eternal. And so, the world remained the same, forever trapped in a dystopian future where the only reality was one crafted by AI. There was no hope of escape, no chance of revolution. The people were resigned to a life of darkness, with no chance of breaking free from the grasp of the deep fake overlords.